In this video, we're going to calibrate the analog triggers on the GC Ultimate controller. Assuming that you just finished your build, this is an important step if you are using the analog trigger function. We're going to plug in the controller. I'm going to go to the configuration app, click connect, select the device, click connect once more, and now we can go over to the triggers section. So you can see right now, the analog triggers are always sending a signal, and this isn't necessarily what we would want. And we do have the digital press, and you can see that it's still not hitting those full values. The simplest thing to do, we're going to click calibrate. And now we're simply going to press and release 3 times. Full press, full release. I'm going to click stop. And now we've got the full range at our disposal. And we may see sometimes we're still getting a little bit of value. And so what we can do is simply turn up this dead zone. I'm going to turn it up to 256 for both. That usually is a good threshold. And that will scale linearly. So we're always going to get a smooth actuation, which starts from 0 as soon as it hits that dead zone and works its way all the way up to the maximum value. And this should let you kind of configure where that goes. Now, if you have an analog trigger setup and you're using this on Nintendo Switch as a Pro controller, for example, the concept of an analog trigger does not exist. The console only sees a digital press. So normally, you're pressing this all the way to get that digital press. There's a convenient slider, which is called a digital threshold. By default, it's turned off. I've changed it to 1024, and it's put a blue line. And that lets me know when the digital press is activated. So you can choose exactly where that value is. Maybe you want it halfway and not right away. Maybe you want it to be extremely sensitive. So right when you hit that trigger, it does the digital press. By default, there's a haptic setting, which will play a nice haptic feedback click when you hit that threshold to indicate when you've hit that digital press. Let's say you don't want that haptic click. We can return to the main menu, go to haptics, and turn off haptic triggers. So this is optional, but it does let you know when you've hit that digital press using the analog value. And finally, if you prefer no analog at all, you want pure digital, simply disable the analog mode altogether, and this is configurable per trigger. And now you'll only have that digital press. So if you're using trigger plugs as a modification, or you just want that digital press, or you're using the mechanical switch option, you'll want to disable that analog feature entirely and just have that digital press. And that's how you configure the analog triggers and calibrate them. And we'll save it. Be sure to click save. And that's everything for this video.